First, please allow me to briefly explain how Ishida-sensei came to visit Togashi-sensei's workplace and have this conversation.
Yes.
In the past, Ishida-sensei serialized Tokyo Ghoul Jack on Jump Live, the predecessor of the current website Shonen Jump Plus. It received a tremendous response from readers, so this time, Shonen Jump Plus once again asked Ishida-sensei whether he would draw a manga for us. During those exchanges, it came up that Ishida-sensei is a huge fan of Togashi-sensei's work and especially likes Hisoka. This project began with the editorial department's curiosity and imagination about what a Hisoka story drawn by Ishida-sensei might be like. So last year, through each other's assigned editors, we asked Togashi-sensei what he thought of such a proposal in the first place. We heard that Togashi-sensei said he was happy with the idea and had no problem with the project. In response, Ishida-sensei said that he wanted to cherish the world of Hunter x Hunter, and that if Togashi-sensei had any ideas about Hisoka's past or settings, he would like to hear them before expanding his image of the character. Regarding this request as well, we heard that Togashi-sensei said he was happy with the idea and said to please feel free to draw the Hisoka that Ishida-san envisions. Since Togashi-sensei had said that, although Ishida-sensei ultimately ended up going along with the editorial department's enthusiasm, Ishida-sensei worked on this project alongside his manga serialization. And now that Ishida-sensei's storyboard has been completed, we came to visit Togashi-sensei's workplace.
It took me a very long time from when I first discussed this project with Togashi-sensei to when I could show him the completed storyboard.
No, Ishida-sensei is working on another serialization, so it couldn't be helped. I read it and it was really good. I was surprised because I hadn't expected a manga with so many pages.
Ever since the project to draw Hisoka's story was proposed, this storyboard had been on my mind, but I ended up raising the bar incredibly high for myself. Since I was going to show the storyboard to Togashi-sensei, whom I respect, I absolutely didn't want to show him anything poorly made, and I wanted to construct my own interpretation of the world of Hunter x Hunter. And I overthought all sorts of things, causing the work to fall apart. It was like that for about an entire year, and my progress was 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
Hunter x Hunter is designed so that its world can accommodate many different possibilities, so it's completely fine for you to create your own settings freely. As for the manga manuscript I saw, this isn't just a rough sketch made for checking positions. This is a carefully drawn storyboard, isn't it?
Yes, I don't usually draw this much detail.
This manga tells Hisoka's story. But is Hisoka your favorite character among the characters in Hunter x Hunter, Ishida-sensei?
Yes, the first character I ever copied from a manga was Hisoka when I was in middle school. After Hisoka's battle at Heaven's Arena, there's a scene where his hair is down after taking a bath. It was incredibly cool, and I felt I had to draw it.
I do like letting the hair down of characters who normally wear it slicked back. That scene was influenced by the protagonist of the manga Shonan Bakusozoku. He usually wore a pompadour, but he looked incredibly cool when he let his hair down, so I decided I absolutely had to include that scene in my own manga. Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho was also influenced by him.
There's a scene like that with Crollo in Hunter x Hunter too, isn't there?
Among the characters in Tokyo Ghoul, I like Juzo. I also like Hisoka in Hunter x Hunter, but it's almost as if their characters overlap. The slightly crazy aspect and the way they enjoy hurting their own bodies, for example. Hisoka is also going to get nicely injured from here on in, the main Hunter x Hunter story.
I'm looking forward to it. After I started drawing the storyboard, I would dislike what I had drawn, or sometimes think it was no good almost as soon as I started drawing. And before I knew it, I no longer knew what would be interesting to draw. I had taken the project too seriously. I even told my editor, at this rate, I might become unable to draw manga. Then he said something like, I'm glad that after coming into contact with Togashi-sensei's talent, Ishida-san has come to say something like that. I thought, what is he talking about when I'm suffering this much? I think my editor appreciates me, but with this manga, I really felt as though I had no one on my side.
That's probably the editor's way of showing affection, right?
Indeed. Being in a state where you don't know what will be interesting to draw is probably the most frightening state for a manga artist.
Yes, it felt like I was in a fog the whole time. I overthought everything, even wondering whether, as a manga artist, it might be wrong for me to create a story made by Togashi-sensei in a form resembling fan fiction.
I heard that while thinking about the storyboard, you read Hunter x Hunter extremely thoroughly.
That's right, I put sticky notes on every page where Hisoka appears, and I also looked to see whether there was any pattern to the playing card suits that appear in Hisoka's dialogue.
I draw those based on intuition.
There aren't any particular rules?
Almost none. However, I think there is a sense that Hisoka uses hearts in attacks against people he favors. I haven't thought at all about how he distinguishes clubs and diamonds when using them in attacks.
According to my analysis, I felt that diamonds were often used when he was having a serious conversation. Clubs gave me the impression that they were used when Hisoka was turning something over in his mind.
If I'm drawing manga by following my intuition, perhaps those tendencies naturally emerge.
Hisoka is a character with many mysteries, so it was truly difficult to express and draw that. I looked for hints in things like the playing cards as well.
For me, it's important how much of Hisoka's capriciousness I can bring out in the story. When I think I'm going to make him act this way, he often doesn't move as well as I want. Rather, if I just accept it, draw without thinking, and let him move on his own, he moves freely. The same was true when creating the storyboards for the current story. I gave him only the surrounding circumstances and battle setup, and let Hisoka's movements develop as they would. In the end, he burst through the story.
I see. I can already imagine Hisoka bursting through just from your description.
But I did put on the brakes a little.
Oh, really?
He wanted to go further, but there were parts where I applied the brakes and drew him that way. I do have some regrets about that.
Togashi-sensei, when you are drawing manga, are there times when you cannot control the characters?
Manga becomes more interesting when you cannot control the characters. When I draw manga, I first think up a rough outline of the story. But when I actually start drawing the characters, they sometimes say lines completely different from the storyline. If I think that's perfect for him, I have no choice but to throw away the story I initially came up with. But manga is more interesting when things like that happen after all.
Togashi-sensei, what impression did you have after reading Ishida-sensei's storyboard for the side story?
At the end, Hisoka changes a handkerchief using texture surprise to conceal the culprit's face. But I was actually planning to show this kind of use of nin abilities in the main story going forward. So I thought, he's using his nin ability in a really nice way. It's interesting when ideas overlap, even though different people came up with them independently. Also, the culprit drawn by Ishida-san is really good. The characters in that scene are too, but all the people Ishida-san draws have a great atmosphere. I think the manga he has read and the art he likes show through, but even the rugged older men have a certain glamour in their faces. I don't think that's something you can achieve through effort alone. The battle scenes also have a great sense of speed and look cool.
Thank you.
There was a scene at the beginning where Hisoka was lying there, was not depicting the reason why something you did intentionally.
Yes, I deliberately didn't depict the story's background in the opening scene.
That really makes readers think.
In the storyboard I scrapped, I had versions where I delved into his upbringing, such as Hisoka being the child of a wealthy family, or conversely, having grown up poor. But that felt very strange to me. In Hunter x Hunter, Hisoka is a character who never talks about his past. So when hints of something like that came through, it suddenly felt like he was no longer Hisoka.
Exactly. It's difficult to delve into a character's past. No matter what story you prepare, it won't surpass the reader's imagination. Or rather, I think a work is more compelling when there are parts you don't understand than when everything is made clear. In the opening of Ishida-san's manga this time, it's fun to wonder why is Hisoka lying there. I'm truly happy that you drew Hisoka like this.
Does Togashi-sensei have an image of Hisoka's past?
I don't. That's why I try not to think about it as much as possible. But I do think that someday I might be able to talk in the manga about Hisoka from a little earlier than in Ishida-san's manga this time. Still, deciding how far back we can go is difficult.
I'm very interested in that.
My own mental age probably stopped somewhere between the second and fourth years of middle and high school. I like to depict a story about Hisoka from around that age as well.
If we go further back, it will become a story about his family environment and what kind of parents he had, which feels like explaining too much.
This is just my personal image, but somehow I don't imagine Hisoka having a father. It's almost as if he wasn't influenced by a father.
In the manga I've drawn so far, many of the characters, including the protagonists, have single parents or various family backgrounds. My own parents are still both alive, and I had an ordinary family environment. But when I actually draw manga, the characters end up having those kinds of family settings. Especially the protagonists or characters I expect to draw for a long time, all end up that way. Well, originally, I think parents are a nuisance in manga.
Certainly, there are times when I also feel that parents' presence is an obstruction from a storytelling perspective. For example, in Star Wars, the adoptive parent is killed at the beginning, and in Gundam, the story begins with the protagonists losing their parents. I vaguely wondered whether there is actually a theory in creating works that it's better for the parents to not be there.
That's right. Basically, parents in manga are people in a position that opposes what the protagonist wants to do. For example, Gon, the protagonist of Hunter x Hunter, is about the age of an upper elementary school student in the real world. If he had proper parents, obviously they wouldn't send their child on a dangerous journey. Once I started thinking about that, I really felt that parents were a nuisance. So I thought it would be better if he didn't have any from the start. In the end, searching for his parent became the purpose of the manga, and the concept of making the parent a terrible person in the story took shape.
I see.
By the way, after reading Ishida-san's side story this time, I thought I'd like to turn Hisoka's past into a manga in a way that leads into that opening scene. I don't know when that will be though.
That's incredible.
After reading the side story, I felt like connecting it to that first scene. If, in your mind, the story leading up to the scene at the beginning where Hisoka is lying there is a blank slate, or if it's something I'm free to handle, I'd like to try drawing it as a manga. Also, I thought I'd like to add my own touches to the circus troupe that appeared in the manga.
I was struggling just with creating this storyboard, so to have Sensei say that is an honor. I'm really happy.
Don't expect too much. I'll show it to you when it's finished someday.